James Gunn's Superman search is on with some rumors flying faster than a plane. A Legend of Zelda movie is reportedly on the horizon, and Disney will begin to remove some of its content off its platform. All this and more in this week's episode of Freeze Frame.
Welcome back to Freeze Frame, brought to you by Strictly Casual, the show where we stop to take a moment to discuss all the heavily talked about news of the week having to do with movies, TV, streaming, and pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis, and today I'm joined by Ryder Maldonado. Welcome to episode 111. Ryder, how you doing, dude?
Doing well. It's a good morning, and it's a good week, and it's summertime's here. You know, we're deep in the summer, and I don't know.
How are you enjoying your time off?
So far, so good. You know, catching up on the games library, watching more films. Still have yet to crack open the book, but that's gonna happen hopefully today.
Sure. Good.
So I wanted to allot some time for it.
I got out to the pool yesterday morning, like really early before it got hot. Brought the book out, laid out, read a couple chapters. It was nice. It was a really nice morning.
Sounds great.
Now, okay, yesterday you and I were gonna play a little Diablo. I logged on. Servers were down. They were down at like 10 a.m. or something like that. They closed.
I didn't know about that either. I hopped in and I was
neither.
like, let's see about this stream. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's done.
Yeah, I didn't get to play at all.
It's done.
Yeah. Huge bummer. But that's okay. That's video games. We're here for the movie podcast. Guys, give us a review on audio platforms. Let us know what you think. It helps us out a bunch. You know the rigmarole. Go check us out on social medias. It helps us out. And the website's almost here. I know we've said that the last couple weeks, but it literally is probably 30 more minutes of work, and then we can launch that baby.
Yeah.
You know,
I did change what we wanted to change. I just haven't implemented it. You know why? I forgot the name of the website to edit it. Like, what's the name of the program?
Oh, okay, sweet, gotcha.
But
I'll hit you up
ready. Yeah.
There's a couple other things too that I looked at, and I was like, oh yeah, we should change this too. We should change this, and then, but just like small quality of life.
It's ready to finish up. Yeah.
But yeah, it's there. I want to jump into the first topic of the day.
Yeah, there we go.
And that is Disney will start removing content from its streaming platforms. This comes from IndieWire. I don't know if this is exclusive to Disney Plus. It could be also Hulu / what else? They have Hulu. That's their other one.
Hulu and ESPN, but that's it.
Let's jump in. This comes from IndieWire. During the May 2023 earnings call on Wednesday, CEO Bob Iger said, quote, "We realized that we made a lot of content that is not necessarily driven sub growth, and we're getting much more surgical about what it is we make. So as we look to reduce content spend, we're looking to reduce it in a way that should not have any impact at all on subs." This is also coming after Disney Plus lost 4 million subscribers last month, which is significant, but in the grand scheme of things, they have like 230 million subscribers, so that's actually a small number, like when you look at it. Same with Netflix, has just about the same amount of subscribers. So Iger said when Disney Plus launched 3.5 years ago, the goal was still growing global subscribers and flooding the digital shelves. As with the rest of the industry, that has changed to focus on revenue, and it's led to cost cutting and finding content that will actually grow subscribers. That includes big tentpole projects, specifically ones that first played in theaters. So it sounds like they're kind of creating a new strategy about how they go about putting theater films on Disney Plus. It might not look the same as we've seen it. Like after the first 2 months in theaters, it arrives on Disney Plus or however long it is.
Yeah.
You know,
this is great to hear for me because I want to slow down because here's what I freak out on whenever I hop on the platform. I see so much original content, original shows, mainly for kids, but there's some adult stuff, I guess you could say. But it's like you never hear about it. There's never, because there's so much more bigger IP that they'd rather market. Yeah. So it's hard for them to. But dude, you'd be surprised that you're seeing full season shows that are released, and it's like I've never heard, and I'm just so shocked to see it on the platform. It's like, wow, what is this?
National Treasure came and went and got canceled already. Like that's insane. Yeah. I remember we were talking about that being developed like a year ago, you know, and it's already out and canceled.
That's funny.
Just snap of a finger. Yeah. What did Bob say? What's his quote here?
We have, when you make a lot of content, everything needs to be marketed. Oh, there we go.
There it is. Yeah, he's getting into it.
Yeah. You're spending a lot of money on marketing that are not going to have an impact on the bottom line, except negatively due to the marketing costs. We believe we actually have an opportunity to lean into those more, put the right marketing dollars against it, allocate more, or basically away from programming that was not driving away subs at all. This is part of the maturation maturation process as we grow into a business that we have never been in. We're learning a lot about it. Specifically, we're learning a lot more about how our content behaves on the service and what the consumers want. That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so as like a result of this, they're removing certain content from the streaming platform and currently expect to take an impairment charge of approximately 1.5 to 1.8 billion. The charge will not be recorded in our segment results. Will primarily be recognized in the third quarter as we complete our review and remove the content. Going forward, we intend to produce lower volumes of content in alignment with this strategic shift. Yeah. Less shows, less movies, less original content, but more focus on the ones that will drive subscribers. So this is good and bad. Because this tells me that Disney's going to maybe pause on a couple more risky things they're working on and put more money towards the things that grow subscribers, such as probably Marvel, Star Wars, I don't know, Pixar, things like that.
Shows and yeah, because you're trying to be like Netflix, and I know Netflix is like a regular thing. Like when someone wants to go on, they can watch anything, right? Disney Plus is not really something you go on to watch regularly. It's more of an event platform. It's more of like you wait every 3 months for the next, like you said, Star Wars or Marvel show, and then you watch that, and then you're off the platform. You're not really there.
Which is tough. Yeah. I would almost buy, like, for a cheaper price, buy like a pass to watch a show. Like maybe like, $5 and you get this season of Mandalorian, or something like that. That's a
great idea. Yeah.
Instead of
access.
Especially if that's the route you think they're going to take. Because for me, like, I don't have a draw to subscribe to Disney Plus every month. It is those events that I'm logging on for. I'm not like every once in a while I'm fiending for like, I want to watch this. And Disney Plus is the place that has that, especially like when Christmas time rolls around, bro, and I want to watch those Santa Claus movies, like, stuff like that. There's like random occasions, but day in and day out, I'm not clicking Disney Plus unless I'm going to Disney Plus for a reason.
Yeah. Or another thing, that's a great idea. I think another thing that what Jay should do is, how Netflix does their big marketing event I don't know if they're doing it anymore. I don't know if that was just a COVID thing where they show all the trailers for all the shows and movies and they make it this big deal. Whether or not people like it or whatever, they do that. And I know about these titles. We talk about them, right? Extraction and, the big rock film or something huge.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. So it's like Disney, it's like, I'm surprised you guys aren't, because when they do their events, they're just marketing the Marvel Star Wars. Like, have one that's just Disney Plus and you talk about everything, even the minor shows, you know what I'm saying? Show the trailers for it, because it's like, I don't even know some of the stuff that's on the platform.
Remember they did that and it was like through tweets? They did that like a year ago and it was only tweets?
Yeah, I think it was like a Disney Plus day. It was interesting.
I was like, dang, this is
weird.
Yeah, I don't know if this is getting everywhere. I don't know if this is making the rounds.
Because they didn't even know. It was like, is it a show? Is it live stream? What is it? And they're like, it's just tweets. Just tweets.
They would just tweet the logo and then say like, Secret Invasion 2024. You're like, show? Movie? What is this? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was interesting. That definitely. Yeah. But hey, this is what it's good comments. Good comments to hear. I'm glad they're hopefully make a shift.
They're figuring it out.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think a strategic shift is always good. I don't know. We'll see how this actually like plays out.
Yeah.
Or like what it does.
That's good stuff. Good stuff though.
Yeah, I wonder what it's removing also. Like, is it taking down things that they already produced? It feels weird. I feel like they could just let it live on the platform.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. I've seen some shows like, like a children's mystery show, full season, 9 eps, 40 minutes each. And I'm like, my God. They're probably, moving bad or something. Maybe.
But like, it's a crazy thing too, is like those shows and stuff. Let's say that gets taken off the platform. I don't really understand why it would be taken off the platform because it's already been paid to produce and it's up there on it's there. But the other problem of this streaming culture is like these studios don't release their movies like physically, so the only place to do it is on a streaming service, and when it's gone, quite literally. Like you can't watch it anywhere.
This goes into that problem right there that we're talking about. Now it's like whoever's not not buying the Blu-rays is shooting themselves in the foot now.
Well,
myself included.
Sure.
I.e. me. Not buying the Blu-rays.
No, I like buying Blu-rays of like things that I love. Like if I really, really love it, I'll buy a Blu-ray and like have a collection. But like I'm not buying any other.
Yeah.
Not just anything.
I got The Last of Us on my Amazon wish list. The
show?
4K of season 1. Yeah.
See, that's really crazy that HBO is doing that. I'm a big fan. Big fan of them doing that.
Yeah.
Especially since The Last of Us was a little bit like compressed some days.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I was watching, like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, that too. See, that's why I'm like, I gotta get this because you can't take my baby off. Not this, not Last of Us.
That's right.
I need to have it forever.
You'll have it. It was so successful for
Yeah.
HBO. They'll keep it.
Well, that's for me. For the fans, Legend of Zelda, ladies and gents, the biggest game of all time. No, is it the biggest game of all time? Is now out. We'll see.
I'll put it in the clip.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to intro you.
oh,
to
my
the clip.
bad. I thought I forgot. I'll
You're
start
good.
over.
Sneak peek.
Yeah.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
The biggest game of all time, potentially. Legend of Zelda has released. It's making big headlines, big numbers, and
The Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the
to
Kingdom.
Be exact.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel, not Breath of the Wild. And there's interviews with the producers and the director talking about a potential film that can be in the works. Let's chat about the game and chat about what we think. Some details here, a little quote, a little question here. What we got, Vince?
Yeah, so series producer E.G. Onuma is interested in seeing a Zelda movie happen. Quote, for sure. But it's not just me being interested in something that makes things happen. Unfortunately, Polygon, this is from Polygon, sat down with longtime Zelda producer and game director Hidemaru Fubayashi to discuss the big swings that they took in the massive sequel of the game. But there was another question asked during this interview. This is coming right off the heels of another very successful Nintendo property that just got a movie. What did he say, Ryder? What did he say?
So they asked him, just to ask you another question. Does the recent success of the Mario film have you excited for the prospect of a Zelda adaptation? Now, Aonuma, which is the producer, says, I have to say I am interested for sure, but it's not just me being interested in something that makes things happen, unfortunately. And then how do you pronounce his name? Fujibayashi says, maybe the voice of the fans is what's important here. So, I mean, there you have it.
Let me tell you. Let me put some
got?
numbers out there for you right now. The Mario movie has already crossed $1 billion, right? Crossed $1 billion, huge milestone. Not a lot of films ever cross that threshold, right? If we're talking games are crossing that threshold a lot more than movies because they're more expensive. The ticket, to entry.
True.
Tears of the Kingdom, first day, sold 30 million copies, right? So which is like something around $2 billion-ish, right? So we're talking a lot of money from the games. Also, Zelda is a property that is not as big as Mario. I think Mario is probably one of the biggest properties, and it's very easily recognizable.
Right, yeah.
Zelda's probably less on that scale. But if Nintendo was to produce a Zelda movie, I would expect it to do almost as good as the Mario movie. It would do extremely well. I don't know if Illumination, this company, the studio, is like the right choice for that, I guess. I kind of hope they would do it with a different studio, with a different take on animation style and stuff, to make it look visually different than Mario. But it could be really cool, And then we're getting...
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll tell you the dream. It's this little cinematic universe of you got the Zelda, you got the Mario, and then, Smash Bros. Will be the end goal.
Exactly, bro. I was just about to say, I think that's a great idea. I think there's definitely conversations happening in the studio because it's like, look,
There's
Mario
gotta
did
be.
so well. Let's do the Donkey Kong, right? Let's keep it contained. Let's do something like that. And then you can get
Sure.
wild with like Sonic and somehow, I don't know if that's maybe, right? But yeah, I think the next conversation would be, look, we got Link, we got Zelda, we got these guys. I mean,
But Sonic's a licensed property. We got.
Yeah,
I think
Sonic's still
that.
up.
So it's like we got to get Nintendo owned. Yeah, it's crazy.
But definitely, like you said, I think this is going more mainstream, because like you said, $2.1
I think it
billion
is.
dollars, and
I think it already is mainstream. Like it's been.
because I've been hearing everywhere more people talking about it, different ages. Everyone's talking about it.
The games are super successful, but I just think like Nintendo has created these characters that have stayed relevant and alive for years, so long, since their inception. We don't really see that even on other games or anything. It's usually okay, you got a couple sequels or whatever, it has like a 5-6 year popularity stint and it kind of dies. Zelda and Mario at the top of their game every year they are front and center for these people, and they're in front of people's eyes. I think a Zelda movie would be a massive hit.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you, ladies and gents. Let us know, are you playing the game? Would you want to film of this? Because Mario seems to do well. I think we'll show up for this film. I'd be there.
What's the story? I think here's what's going to happen in the Zelda movie. I'll tell you right now. Zelda gets taken by Ganondorf once again. Okay, that's the opening scene. And the rest of the movie, believe it or not, Link has to find Zelda, just like every single Zelda game ever.
Just follow the formula, yeah.
Ever. It will go incredibly well. So, if you want to know more about the Zelda movie and other movie news, you can check out our podcast, Strictly Casual, Freeze Frame. It's a little yellow box. You can type that on all the audio platforms, and you can go there. This is episode 111, where we also talk about Superman casting and Disney Plus content loss and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
I gotta see this coming.
Sneeze it out. Dude. No, sneeze it out.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, just follow the formula. Well, okay, now we have this. Yeah, okay, so here we go. James Gunn, the one and only guy to confirm when it comes to Superman news on Twitter. We have an article here about the casting news for Superman. Again, take this with a grain of salt. This is rumors that are, hitting the Hollywood, press line. So
as they do,
right? We have all the insiders. We got all the reports. It comes from Hollywood Reporter. All right, what we got? You want to read through and I can.
Yeah. So these are. We have some names. We have some names for the rumors, and I don't know all these people, which is cool, I guess, because I wanted it someone that I didn't know. But there's also some familiar faces that I'm like, good God, I can't believe this is a rumor.
Yeah.
But David Cornsweet, I believe, he's in Pearl, the politician, We Own the City, is among the top contenders to play Kent, aka Superman, advancing to the screen test stage that will likely take place after Memorial Day or early June. Multiple sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. 2 other contenders may also be in the mix, but their identities remain unknown.
Interesting.
Now, what is this guy from? How am I gonna know? What do I know this guy
from? Well, he played alongside Pearl, of course, which I only know from the trailers. There was a show on Netflix called The Politician. He played this friend of the main character. He was throughout the show, a very sweet guy. And then We Own This City was a limited series that happened. Again, it's not. That's kind of the biggest things on his IMDb. Like, I was fortunate to see him in The Politician, but yeah, besides that, I don't think he's that mainstream. Like you said, it's pretty good because he's not that popular, but he's definitely growing and getting bigger. But yeah, this guy, he has a very nice face, and he seems like a very sweet and endearing guy.
He's got the Superman jawline.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, he seems like
he also
cool guy.
He's got a full beard going. Looking good. The clean shaven. What if we get a beard Superman? How epic that'd be? Just kidding. I don't know if people would like that, but everything. It'd be awesome.
Did you see?
Okay, all right.
I also want to mention, it was funny that James Gunn was in an interview with Chris Pratt, and he made a joke. He was like, "It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's Superman." And then he turns to James. He's like, "Oh,
I saw that.
You better not put that in." And he was like, "I'm not." And he was like,
"He will. There will be some sort of mention of it."
I was gonna do that. Which is like classic. Even like crypto. Yeah. I think James would probably throw every little detail about Superman. Just put them all in there.
Yeah, he would. I think the birds of plane would be funny for him to add. Yeah. He would do that in a funny way. Whatever that is.
For sure.
Like literally, it would be like a shot of a bird, and then it would like pan up to the sky, and Superman goes past a plane. Like that's what he would do, and it would be like genius. Boom! It's a smart way to do it. It's like a fun little nod.
That'd be great. Yeah.
If I was directing Superman, it'd be like, someone's looking up at the sky, and then the camera goes up, bird, and then Superman goes.
And you hear the sounds.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. No, you think? Oh
Can't
man,
wait.
I wonder who would do the score. Once they announce the composer, that's gonna be huge.
Dude, it's kind of sad that we're not gonna get the do. That's iconic for me.
I anticipate whoever they throw in that little. In their new score,
they'll do a nod.
Yeah, the nod is always great. Yeah. Okay, I'll read the one, and we can go back and forth. But Jacob Elordi, who's of course in the resident villain on HBO series Euphoria, is a name that surfaced for the role of Clark Kent. But sources say he never submitted himself to the ring. British actors Tom Brittney and Andrew Richardson's are also names in the mix. Again, like
Jacob Elordi. I've seen this guy in the Kissing Booth. I've seen him in the Kissing Booth 1 and the Kissing Booth 2. I've not seen the Kissing Booth 3 to complete the universe.
Really? Okay.
He has 13 million followers. What?
He's huge. Everyone loves him from the Euphoria, dude. He goes crazy in that show. Like he's wild.
Dude, I've seen a couple episodes of Euphoria, and I just don't get it.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's
I
just
don't.
dirty. It's so dirty.
Yeah, I just watch it for Zendaya, just for like support of her. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a rough show. It's dirty.
This is
Anyways.
okay. I'm looking at Jacob Elordi's Instagram right now. I'm doing a good scroll here. A good scroll. There are a couple photos where he's in this suit on like a red carpet, and he's looking good. I'm like, whoa, I could see this guy, doing a Superman.
Huh?
It's tough. It's tough to like picture it because it's an acting thing too. Of like, he has to give off. It's not just the look. It's how do you carry yourself as Clark Kent? As like an awkward dude, and then how do you carry yourself as like the strong Superman of like very confident and stuff.
Yeah. And also like it's the crazy world that James wants to make, because I'm sure, he's talking with the casting directors. He's like, look, we're going in this like maybe weird take, maybe not weird, but if you say I'm going this direction with it, it has to work with that. The guy has to work with that world, because you're going to set up the Justice League. You're setting up everything, like.
I mean, I would assume that the other barrier of entry is like, okay, you're signing up to be Superman. Like, this contract doesn't have an end date, and when you get the call, you have to do it. Like, you have to forfeit all of their projects because Superman's calling.
Cameos, like anything. Like, you gotta hop in, you gotta come back.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. That's a big. It's big, but it's assuring and then also scary, right?
I mean, they've announced phase 1, right? So maybe you're in 2-3 projects maximum in phase 1. Like maybe 1 movie, 2 cameos or something like that.
You get a 1 movie,
but
2
like,
chicken nugget cameos on the side.
Exactly. But what's it going to look 5 years down the line? Are we doing still 6 years down the line? Are we doing mainline? Is there a time jump where like Superman's older now? Like what are these things now? Are they recasting?
Dude, because I don't know, like I'm forgetting if James Gunn was like, we're leading up to this. I don't know if he gave that answer away. It's like, we're leading up to this. It's gonna, like he said.
Of course they are.
Yeah, he said it's like, it's gonna be Justice League, and they're fighting.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't remember them saying it or anything.
Yeah,
but obviously they're leading up to something. Yeah. They called it phase 1, like come on, right? Whatever or whatever they called it, wave 1. I don't know.
That would be crazy though. You gotta be stuck for a long time. Okay, we got Lois Lane reports. I'm hearing some good names here. You want to take? I can take it.
So as for Lois Lane, the spunky reporter at Metropolis's Daily Planet news organization, contenders have been Emma McKee, one of the stars of Netflix series Sex Education, who will appear in Warner Bros. Title Barbie. Wow. Okay, so tell me about this. Do you like this person? You gave a little fist bump.
I like her
the
because
fist in the air.
Look, she's a sweet actress. I think she'd be great as Lois Lane, following like what's been done before. I think she would be just different enough, right? Again, and yes, it goes into the youth, but I think, I don't know, it's a kindness of it. It's a gentleness. I feel. I don't know. I'm using descriptors to try and describe what I feel, but
she was in Death in the Nile. That's pretty much all I've seen her for.
Yeah. She's good in Sex Education. She has, again, she's kind of like, she's quick on her feet, and she's like good at comedic timing, and saying like, I don't know, she has a lot of good stuff. She has a lot of good traits, but they also throw out Rachel Brosnahan, which is like, man, she's huge. She's Emmy Award winning for Marvelous Miss Maisel. Again, it's like age thing. I'm like, how would someone, I don't know, how old Rachel Brosnahan, with someone like late 20s? I don't know. They have to look like they're the same age, right? They gotta work together.
We're talking about, I don't know, James Gunn's like, we're talking about young Superman, like early on in his career. Like I'm imagining something where like Lois Lane's already working at the Daily Planet or something, and then like part of the movie is Superman starting to work there and meeting Lois, like starting those relationship type things. So it's gonna be important, whatever it is.
Because the cool thing was, when you think of Christopher Reeves, when he was Clark Kent, he looked good as Clark Kent. I will say Henry Cavill tried his best, but that guy was massive. The first time he pulls up in Man of Steel, is like, hi, I'm Clark. It's like, dude, you were huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
6'5", and Lois Lane's like, hi. And so it's like,
totally,
dude, that's Superman. What are you doing about?
It's also how they shoot it too. It's like in Christopher Reeves, they would shoot him like down just a tiny bit to make him look a little bit smaller, And Superman is always, the camera's low. He looks just gigantic in every single thing. Yeah,
they're gonna work with that.
I always think about my favorite Superman scene of all time. In any movie, it's the scene where Clark Kent invites Lois over for dinner, and Lois brings food, but also there's something going on in the world, and so he's moving rooms, changing Superman suits, like flying out to do that thing, coming back, changing, and then like doing the dinner party with Lois. Got to take a call, goes into the other room, switching, and it's so good. And I just
Yeah.
like want that sort of like chemistry between those two leads again. Of like, it's I don't know, it's fun. It's very
Yeah.
fun.
Because eventually Lois knows he's Superman eventually, right? Like once they get
Yeah.
together. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if he was keeping a secret from her. That's cool. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see that. Okay, and also we could be talking about Lex Luthor. Now already it's like
Wait, but there's one more.
Whoa. Oh yeah, sorry.
There's one more. We got Samara Weaving, who was last seen in Scream 6. It's unclear who is advancing to the testing stage next week during Memorial Day. Who's this?
She's you've seen her before. I know.
Oh,
yeah.
she yeah. Scream. No spoilers,
Scream,
but
spoilers,
she's in it.
She starred in The Babysitter. That was like her first big thing that people were like found her. She started a little bit in Babylon. She was in that for a little bit. I think it's her time to get a leading role, but like, I don't know if she's too recognizable. Well, for me, but like,
well, she looks like Margot Robbie. That's the tough part.
Oh, yeah. And
they look very similar.
Emma Mackey also looks like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, they all look the same.
Yeah. And it's funny that they threw Emma Mackey and Barb. They should have thrown Samara Weaving too in that. Just all three of them.
I mean, they should have thrown Margot Robbie in it, let's be honest. James Gunn already works with her. He's like, I'm going to work with actors I like working with.
Dude, imagine she gets cast Sue Storm and as oh god, that'd be so like,
there was a rumor that said Margot Robbie was out as Harley Quinn, like no more.
Oh really?
Which would make sense, but James Gunn responded to it on Twitter. He's like, you're spreading lies again, and then added the account or something like this. It was very funny.
Yeah, that's the great thing about all this. It's like James Gunn said, look, I don't got anybody. He doesn't have anybody cast, but he has a list. He has a short list. So this is just like theorizing on the list.
I'd have a list. If I was writing a Superman movie, I'd be thinking about actors to portray the best of my writing, for sure.
Glenn Howerton, Danny DeVito, Charlie Day. Yep.
That's the Fantastic Four. That's not, that's it. Get them out of DC. That's my family. That's the smartest family of all time.
Vin Diesel as Superman.
Let me tell you, though, after watching a little movie I'll tell you about at the end of this, I can see Glenn Howard doing anything. Or Glenn Howard.
Oh my gosh, you did
literally anything.
Did you see his film?
I saw his film.
I'm so excited to hear about it. Okay, if it's what I think it is. Anyways, Lex Luthor, apparently, I don't even know this guy. This is the villain, really, already in that. Nicholas Hoult, who's, the jumpy guy that we love on the podcast.
I went on a tirade a couple weeks ago about Nicholas Hoult being a jumpy guy. I don't see this guy being Superman at all. He does not carry himself in a, Lex Luthor?
No, but you're in luck, yeah. Lex? But he was in the running to be Superman, too.
Jeez, that's like Nick Cage being Superman. It just don't make sense.
You know that Nicholas Hoult was number 2 for Batman under Robert Pattinson?
That's insane for me.
That he screen tested, he put the suit, I don't know if he put the suit on, but he was number 2. It was him and a third guy, but he was right under Robert Pattinson to be Batman.
God, that must be soul crushing news to get that. Like, hey, we're going with Pat.
I think they asked, there was like an interview, I read it was like a long one night, and he was like,
that sucks.
He's like, no, you're bummed at first and you're crushed, like you said. But then he was like, then I watched the movie and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm so glad I didn't get it, because you see it and you're like, this is perfect. But how wild that you're like, wow, I could be Batman. But see, that's what they're saying, that he's in DC a lot. His name is being thrown around.
Nicholas Hoult. Mm-hmm. He'll be in something. I think he's a good actor. I mean, he doesn't have like bad roles. Mm-hmm. I get the sense that he's a jumpy guy, and a jumpy guy doesn't fit the Superman. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why they said that he's in names to play Lex Luthor, which again we have no idea what the story is. I bet who knows what's on that script except the higher up as DC.
Do we know Lex Luthor's even in the story?
That's the thing, is that people were saying Nicholas Hoult and talks to play Lex Luthor. It's like, Hollywood Reporter, really? We don't even have a script. We don't know the story.
I gotta read Superman Legacy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, if the story is him and Lex, then it kind of makes sense that it's kind of.
Goodness gracious, it's expensive. It is expensive to buy that paperback, but I'll do it one day. One of these days.
What do you mean you don't have Superman Legacy? I thought that was the book we got signed for you.
No, that's Supergirl. One of those tomorrow.
My bad. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Superman Legacy is the other one. Oh, is it it's a book, huh? Damn, yeah.
Yeah, man. No,
Yeah.
it's a comic book.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying
Yeah, 300 pages.
Mm.
It's thick.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, Nicholas Hoult jumpy. If they do Lex Luthor jumpy again, I don't know. It's like you got to pick someone that's like old. I want someone older.
But he's gonna have to age up with Superman. He's a villain more than once.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not. It's not a one and done type deal.
Yeah,
they're gonna age Superman up. They'll age Lex Luthor up.
Yeah, spring back.
It's like, Mr. Freeze broke me out of prison. I'm back. With Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Where's Brainiac? I gotta call him on my cell phone. You gotta tell him to come down and do his thing. That's how Lex Luthor's gonna go.
I'm at the GCPD, Gotham Arkham. No, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm over here kissing Batman on the cheek. Superman, what you doing?
Did they ever throw Superman villains in Arkham? Like, or did they have their own prison? In, what was it, Metropolis?
They carry over sometimes.
They carried over, right?
Some of them. I mean, there's Superman specific villains like, Brainiac and Lex and...
Why don't we do... Because I know you got Superman, you got his villains, and Batman has his. Why don't we mix DC properties? Like, have Batman fight Lex, or have Superman...
I feel like that exists.
Really? Oh, okay.
Maybe not in movies, but...
No, I believe you.
I mean, it kind of happens in Batman vs Superman. Lex Luthor's like the bad guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
With Doomsday.
Yeah.
Doomsday, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Skelly boy.
Yeah. I think...
We'll see. It's fun times. It's good times. We'll see. Until James Gunn tweets out, yeah, he's my Superman, then we're good. But I don't know. We
won't find out until like...
STCC.
I mean, do they want to do it at Comic-Con? Do you think that's what it is?
If I was smart, I would go all out. If I'm not going against Marvel, but I'm like, hey, I'm the boss here. I want to do something big. I would go all out and say, here's my Superman. That's all I got for you. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anybody else.
I'm also looking up a little bit about Lex Luthor versus Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like they have a lot of encounters over the years.
Really?
A lot of encounters. Especially the biggest one is when Lex Luthor becomes president of the United States, and they must take him down.
I wonder if I'm sure Lex, being like the most intelligent and super guy human, he's like, I found out Bruce Wayne is Batman, right? Like, he had to have.
This Reddit thing says Bruce Wayne is scared of Lex Luthor. Here's why.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, because he's not more powerful than him, but he gets more power.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's smarter. Yeah, I wonder what the IQ is.
We'll definitely see some cross of villains and stuff. But, I am excited for Superman. Big yawn, sorry. I am excited for Superman. But my most excited one right now is how they described the Themyscira show.
Oh my god.
They described it as like a Game of Thrones thing. I was like, that's awesome. That sounds right up my alley. That's what I want to watch.
Imagine the drama, between this island, all the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be dramatic.
And that'll be an HBO show, you know?
It'll be fun. It'll be good.
Pretty cool.
Okay, I brought some headlines just because this is something that I know not everybody hears about, but it's silliness. Vin Diesel, they were at the premiere of Rome for Fast and Furious. And, the part 1 of a 2-parter is Fast and Furious 10, but now apparently it's going to be a trilogy.
I saw the interview. It was hysterical. Do you know what was the worst part about it, or the funniest part about it? Was the reporter thinking she got gold out of.
Oh, I know.
And she was freaking out.
Dude, and
she
they
was
just walked away.
Stunned.
But that's what Vin does to you, though. He'd go up to a reporter and be like, hey, I got a big one for you. Boom, drop the bomb. I'm out. And then walk away. And they're like, wait, is this real or not, Vin? You do this all the time.
Right. And speaking of more Fast X news, there was a special shoot they did this week to add something in the movie. And it sounds like The Rock is going to be in Fast X after all that.
Wow. Well,
did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's just crazy because, like, was it you that said, it was following Black Adam? It's like, take me back, Fast franchise.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of tweets about that, I think.
Where it's like, that makes sense because if The Rock being a businessman, he's like, look, this didn't work out for me. I gotta, what's gonna bring me to the spotlight again? Honestly, Fast and Furious.
It's the beef. Like, how did that become water under the bridge to be able to shoot a scene for
paycheck.
this, and then probably be back in Fast X2, Fast XXX, because they have to name the final one Fast XXX.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Fast Triple.
It's gonna be Fast X, Fast X2, and then Fast XXX.
Oh, but they do Roman numerals and a number 2, and then yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Or maybe they call it Fast Infinity, and then it just lives forever.
Fast Forever, bro. Didn't they, what did they do? What it was
idea.
Forever? Something was Forever. Superman? No, it wasn't Superman. It was something of big franchise where they said forever.
Batman Forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah,
Yeah.
Fast Forever. I think they're gonna do.
Fast Forever.
And then the back of logo behind the text.
XXX.
The infinity. Oh yeah. The XXX with an infinity sign.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it'd be so silly. Okay, The Rock coming back. Yeah, that's crazy. I think he can definitely come back and maybe helps the family, but geez, it's gonna be very.
I'm sure he does. These movies are just. There was a tweet thread thing going around, and it was like, tell me the exact moment you checked out of a Fast movie, like a Fast movie. And it was just people posting clips of the franchise of the most ridiculous moments. Like The Rock breaks his arm in the previous scene,
yeah.
and then he has a cast on in the next scene, and he breaks the cast off because he's like, we gotta get to work, like we gotta do this.
Or like, you know what it was for me when Vin Diesel, when they find the exotic car, and they're jumping off the buildings, but before they have to put a tracker on it, so he lifts the car up with his bare hands, and
it's so good.
It's like what? And Paul Walker's like, "Are you good?" He's like, "Oh!" He's lifting the car. Like,
I'll say, my favorite Fast and Furious moment ever is in Fast 9, which is not a good Fast movie by any means. Towards the bottom. It's when Vin Diesel's chained up to these cement pillars, like the size, just giant, like 2 feet thick cement pillars, and all of a sudden he gets super strength, like, and nobody questions it. Vin Diesel just takes these pillars down, he busts through a wall, breaks through like a cement brick wall with his bare fists, and then people are like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's totally okay, it makes sense.
The craziest thing I've ever heard and seen, but yeah, I'm with you. Wild stuff, dude. Man, this franchise.
I can't wait. I will be buying seat F10 when I go see Fast and Furious time. The same thing I did with F9. So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
I got to carry it out.
Something else, too, I thought was great. Have you seen the new trailer, Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things? We dropped a little teaser.
I have not. I love Yorgos Lanthimos. The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer are forever seared in my brain. So I'm scared for Poor Things for sure.
The first one I saw of him was, of course, with Emma Stone, and it was The Maid? No, I went blank on the name. Another film he did with Rachel Weisz, Olivia Colman, and Emma Stone. The Favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. I never saw that.
That one was pretty good. Pretty nuts. Like lots of wide shots.
He does nuts movies.
Yeah. Character piece for sure about like the psyche of jealousy and trying to gain favor.
Yeah.
Cool. And Emma Stone.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch that. I really like Yorgos. His movies are insane. The Lobster being like, I think about that movie a lot.
Yeah. Your boy Colin.
Colin Farrell. He's GOAT. Colin Farrell's the GOAT.
The trailer for this one looked pretty unique because it was like a style that I have yet to see. It almost felt like, not to compare, but like Tim Burton, right? Kind of, but its own thing. It's very Yorgos. It's his own thing. Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo star. Trailer of film comes out September 8th. The little teaser's out now. Check it out if you're interested. But this is very much like, who knows?
It's like a 35-second teaser.
Yeah, but it looks so unique.
Oh, whoa. It's very saturated. Oh, my God.
Like miniatures, like maybe like miniature play. I don't know.
It's shot very interesting. Whoa, Willem Dafoe's such an effed up face.
Yeah, he looks like the Joker.
Oh, this movie's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It does look like miniatures. It looks like a fake world. Totally Tim Burton world. Yeah.
It's crazy,
I'm
right?
getting Wizard of Odd vibes where it's like a set, and then it's like they're just shooting the doorway they're coming out of, but then they place that shot on like a bigger shot of like a miniature.
100%. Yeah. Where it's like
interesting.
Yeah, everything is like, oh, that looks like cardboard. That looks like plaster. It's obvious.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's cool. I definitely want to check that out.
Yep. Anything Emma Stone, I'm there. But ladies and
Absolutely.
gents, it's a good time for movies. It's a good time for theorizing and chatting. Thanks so much for watching, listening at home.
What have you been watching, Ryder?
Oh shoot,
You're gonna skip. You're gonna skip my favorite part of the
I'm
show.
so sorry.
Damn.
I am so sorry. I got you. My bad. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go too fast. I haven't seen much, but I saw this one film on Netflix. It's a remake, I want to say, off a 70s film, which is a remake of a 30s film called Viva Mexico. Yeah, Viva Mexico, right? We'll say that.
Uh huh.
Oh man, this movie was wild. It started off. Here's what I like doing on Letterboxd. I log the movie when I'm watching it and I rank it, and then as the movie ends, I like to see how much my ranking changed. I started like a 9, bro, because it was funny. Very
Okay. Whoa. Yeah.
Mexican
Really
comedy stuff I know about when my childhood, and then
Sure.
the ending was very unsatisfying and sad because it ends on a very somber note. So I dropped it down to like a 4 or 5 because I was like, this is horrible.
Oh shoot.
Not too
like sad as in like, but bad because there's movies that end sad that are great. Like
yeah, I would say it ends sad. I don't know. It left me with a bad taste in my mouth, but it goes
Okay,
nothing
that's
to the
different.
quality of the film. Yeah. It was just like
Interesting.
story for me, drop my rating. But yeah, because it was like, oh, I hope these guys succeed. I hope something good comes out of this. And it ends on a nope, that didn't happen. Like, oh, and the credits rolling, you're
Okay.
like, really? Oh my gosh. And it's,
Yeah.
me and my mom were just kind of like, oh, okay. That's, you're
Dang.
watching the whole film for something, and then for it to not happen was like, wow. I get the idea. The idea, I'll just say, is greed. It's greed. Nothing
Sure.
comes of greed.
No.
But it was very much like, it's a classic tale that anyone would know when they're watching it of a yeah. I guess I won't do spoilers, but whatever. It was good, unique, and it was hilarious. I will say that.
Right. You're defending this movie a lot for giving it 4 stars or like 2 out of 5.
I stand on my rating though. The ending completely ruined it for me. But
Sure. I've been there with a lot of movies. I know what you mean.
that's about it. That was a wild time. What about you? I want to hear what you got. You got some good stuff here.
I saw 4 movies this week.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them in theaters. I saw Big George Foreman,
Oh, yeah.
which I don't recommend.
Mhm.
I've talked about this. I gave it, 3 out of 10 or
Oh,
1.5 out of
sad.
5. It's really bummer. But I don't even have much to say about that. Watched A Man Called Otto, the Tom Hanks movie, because they added it to Netflix.
Yeah.
And I found it really sweet for a while, and then I don't know, cringe-worthy
Mhm.
by the end. But the sweet parts were really sweet, and I liked pieces of it. It was kind. It was a kind
Yeah.
movie.
I had no idea what that movie was, and then my mom watched it on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, is that the movie where like he meets a family?" And then she's like, "No, you know what it's about?" I was like, "What?" And she's like, she told me what he's doing, and I'm like, "Oh, I had no idea."
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but also left a bad taste in my mouth, so not amazing. Then I watched the movies got progressively better over the week.
Okay,
I
yeah.
started off really low ratings and then really high ratings. Then Temple of Doom had a rewatch.
Oh.
I'm slowly going through all the Indiana Jones movies to get ready for Dial of
Mhm.
Destiny next month, which is a month away. Isn't that crazy?
Oh
A month
God.
away. So enjoyed Temple of Doom. It's still my least favorite,
Mhm,
I think,
mhm.
Indiana Jones movies. I think I like King of the Crystal Skull more than Temple of Doom.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I'm crazy.
I was just
I think
gonna
I'm
ask.
crazy.
No, I mean, I like the ant sequence, dude. The ants are so cool.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I capped it all off with something that I added to one of my favorite movies of the year. I put it above Air, under Creed,
Wow,
and that is Blackberry
dude.
with Glenn Howerton. Okay.
Wow.
This movie was way better than I could have ever expected it to
That
be.
good, huh? Dang.
It is the stress of it's the business bros behind a product. It's similar to like The Social Network, obviously it doesn't have as good of a script as Social Network, and Social Network is good for so many reasons. It has this giant cast, huge budget. This movie was made for under $5 million, and it's like it is so good. The director is also in the movie, and he's hilarious. Obviously Glenn Howerton steals the show as Jim Balsillie. That's his
Dude.
last name, or Balsillie. And Jay Baruchel, I think that's how you say his name. He's incredible as the lead. Also, I've only seen him in comedy roles, and so
Yeah.
he delivers in this. I cannot recommend this movie enough. Like,
Wow.
if it is playing at a local theater, like, go see it. Because I went, it was opening weekend, and there were 4 people in the theater, and it was so sad. I was like, this movie's incredible for there to only be 4 people in this theater.
No, but
right
word of
now.
mouth will probably spread because, dude, I saw all the reviews and people were like raving about it. I'm like, better
I
than
hope.
Air. I'm like, holy crap. They
I
were saying
liked it
that.
more. Yeah, I think it's very comparable because they're both like, it's the people behind a cutting edge product. And
Yeah.
it's a very similar in that sense, except that Blackberry or Air Jordan goes on to become like a hugely successful brand.
Blackberry,
And then
no.
and Blackberry goes boom, boom. It like explodes and then dumps like so fast. And it's fascinating.
Look, I think we know history. I'm gonna ask if it's not really spoilers in the film because it's history. Is it because of Apple? Is that why?
100%. That's like, well,
that's what happened.
That's
right?
like, I mean, that's a major part of it. There's more. There's, of course, you know, huge money issues with the company, people disregarding, you know, financial things, and there's a lot that goes into it. But Apple was a giant player in
Steve Jobs came out
BlackBerry.
Yeah, I came out with that one, and it was like,
there's an incredible scene. There's an incredible scene
wait.
of the engineers at BlackBerry watching the Apple keynote, like the first
keynote.
And
I can't wait. Oh, okay, I'll see it. I love that.
You got to watch this movie. You've got to watch it. It's so good. Yeah.
Good, yeah. A-list. I just. You know what else I've been hearing about, and I know you've probably heard about it too. That's getting great reviews. Fool's Paradise, starring Charlie Day's directorial debut.
Dude, it's getting horrible reviews.
Really? It is?
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I'm so sad.
You know what I was? That might have been Blackberry that I was talking about. That I seen then.
Oh, for what?
About the good reviews. I'm getting confused on what I see from people talking about then. It's not been getting good stuff.
No, dude. The letterbox is pretty low.
Ooh.
The top review is Charlie Day is an extremely talented person, so it sucks to see his talent wasted on something so deeply, remarkably uninspired. Completely baffling misfire given how good he is in everything else.
Ooh. Never mind. I think it was just Blackberry that was in my head.
I still want to watch this movie though.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Blackberry's gonna be on my top list right now to like get that done immediadally.
It is. Oh my god.
Dang. Oh,
yeah, it was great.
Also, I finally have started it. I am 6 episodes in on the Clone Wars. I'm having fun with that.
Nice. How are the first 6? Because they're painful to me.
Oh, I mean, it's okay. I just so you're saying it gets better?
Dude, yeah.
Because I'm having a fun time with it. Because I'm like, already I was like, because
cool.
it's Anakin Obi-Wan. I mean, this is me knowing nothing and seeing nothing. So
wow, this is actually really cool for you. Yeah.
I'm like, General Grievous fighting some droids and like silliness. I'm like, I'm expecting it to be a child's cartoon. So if it goes into full adult like animated series, then I'm like, it's gonna blow my mind, bro.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
hear the last season is amazing.
You're in for a treat. I think season 3 is really where it takes the turn. Like it makes that shift, but it gets better and better throughout.
Okay,
it's great.
Because I know what you mean now about arcs. Because like these all episodes are all one story, but then it's just gonna like cut and start something new.
It's like 3 episodes are like a story, and then it like maybe like random filler episode, and then like 3 episodes are a story, 2 filler episodes, 2 episode story. Like they'll have it in the titles too.
Gotcha. Yeah. Continuing on from
Yeah.
So what was your favorite arc?
The Galactic Senate of this thing. I mean, the Siege of Mandalore is
that's what you kept telling me. Okay.
One of my favorite arcs. Everything with Obi-Wan and Satine is incredible.
Okay.
The Maul arcs are great. There's so many good ones.
And then after
Ahsoka's Ahsoka.
Everything was so for sure. So when this ends, I know it's like episode 3 stuff, and then I go straight into Rebels, or was Rebels intertwined? Do I have to start at a certain point? No, I can just watch.
No, the only things that are intertwined are the final season of Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
But they animate scenes from Revenge of the Sith in the show. It's awesome to like play off.
That's cool.
And then Rebels takes place
right
after years after Order 66. It takes place during the same time as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Fallen Order and Survivor. Like that's that era.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick. So yeah, it's perfect timing. I'm gonna watch all this. I think I can definitely do. Because Clone Wars is short. I mean, it seems like possible to do all that and Rebels between now and
it's like 24 episodes a season for 7 seasons. It's hundreds of episodes.
I did look up how long does it take, and they were like, if you watch it straight, it's 2 days and 12 hours. I'm like, that's 72 hours. That's insane.
Sure. Well, when I watched it, I think I watched it in the I watched it in college. I think I put it in the background when I was doing homework and stuff. Because there's some episodes where
they're just
it's not worth paying attention to the whole time. And I hate to say that because I'm a big fan of it, but there are some essential like arcs that are really good that keep your eyes glued to the screen, like really enjoyable. But then there's pieces that are just not enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, like this, for one of them was we went Plo Koon, and I was like, I've never known Plo Koon until this. So I was like, oh, I'm Ahsoka new Plo Koon. I'm like, I didn't know that. Now I know some stuff about that.
Plo Koon's dope.
Yeah.
Dude, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
This is great. You're gonna like it.
It's gonna help for Ahsoka. We're gonna come prepared, you know. You're gonna be like, look at that. No, anyways, good stuff, dude. You've been seeing some cool stuff. Blackberries, man, that's hype. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, that's my biggest recommendation of the week is go see Blackberry.
All right, y'all. And now that's it. I think I'm already forgetting.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the content out. Don't forget to go outside, enjoy the weather wherever you may be. If it's raining, go outside, enjoy the rain. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
But here, it's not too bad. It's an early morning. But thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you guys supporting the channel and watching all our content coming out. Yeah, hopefully some new stuff coming. We're just trying to work and always improve, getting better. Thanks, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Have a great week.
Peace out, everybody. Bye.